Hi, my name is Alyssa Nastasi. I'm the Assistant Director of the Career Center here at St. Martin's University, and I will let our guest introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Altamiranda, recruiter with the Washington Army National Guard, and happy to be here.
Great, thanks. And can you tell me a little bit about your organization?
Absolutely. So the Washington Army National Guard stems off of the Army, but the difference is it's a part-time service here for the local state of Washington, and with full-time benefits, basically. So in a nutshell.
Great. Well, what does your normal recruiting and hiring process look like and the schedule for that?
So what it starts with is so we reach out to your local recruiter, that's me. And then we have right now, given the current circumstances of COVID-19, we will do a virtual appointment. And then following the virtual appointment, we'll have some conversation around the goals of the individual, what their career field looks like, what their goals are for the future in that regard. And then we have them take a practice ASVAB to see where they fare on that test, to see what are some potential career fields that they can align themselves to, either in the either in the degree path that they've attained, or as an additional skill outside of their desired civilian acquired skill through their respective. We're talking to education folks here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you happen
Anybody.
to be a teacher,
Yep.
yeah, anyone. Okay, so whatever career field you happen to be in, there's a multiple options based on the practice score. I can reserve a job for that person, and then after that is an application. Once they determined whether they want to proceed, move forward, they fill out an application. We submit that up to the military entrance processing station, where they will then verify their ASVAB score that they took from the comfort of their own home, which will provide that for them, so they can do that from the comfort of their own home. They go to MEPS, they do a physical, enlist, and do a swearing-in ceremony. And as of that point, they're following drill. They basically start getting paid right away.
Great. So what are some of the qualities you're looking for in the recruits?
Just folks that are coachable, teachable, that meet the height weight standard, are motivated to pursue whatever they're passionate about.
Right. And are you looking at resumes and cover letters, or is it more just a conversation with them?
It's more conversation based, to find the best fit for that person. So as recruiters, we get paid whether the particular applicant comes in or not. So we don't work we don't get paid for bringing people in, right? That kind of thing. So we don't work on commission. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit more of a relaxed conversation at the forefront, information only first. Mm-hmm. And so folks understand that they don't sign any contracts with the recruiter. They sign contracts when they're already further down the line. They've already made that choice. They're sitting at MEPS. They've taken their physical. They've been fully qualified. Then they sit down and actually start filling out and signing the documents that we discussed ahead of time.
Okay, are you looking with someone with any special credentials or practical experience?
Not necessarily. I mean, like I said, it depends on what the person wants. It's on a case-by-case basis. If the person wants to pick a job that they qualify for that is in line with their career program or their degree program, that we can go that route and have a conversation based on those jobs. Or if they want the additional skill, then we can also talk about, based on your qualifying score, you qualify for XYZ job. So say, for example, if a teacher wants to do something different that isn't, maybe, or a mechanic wants to do mechanic work, they can do something completely different. An engineer wants to go and pursue being an architect on the civilian side, but they want to do something completely different. Maybe they want to be in the infantry. Maybe they want to drive a truck, or maybe they want to be in information technology, and those kinds of things. So it's really based on the individual's goals. If they want to supplement a skill, or they want to keep it with their degree field.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the open positions that you are recruiting for? What are some opportunities for students?
Sure. So there are top 10 critical shortage jobs currently that have $20,000 bonuses attached to it based on a ASVAB score of 50 or above. And some of those include infantrymen, indirect fire infantrymen, cannon crew member, horizontal construction engineer, combat engineer, signal support specialist, motor transport or truck driver, signal support systems, petroleum supply, chemical, biological, radiology, radiological, and nuclear specialist or CBRN. Um, and those are the top 10 there, and they'll get lost. The best way to go about doing it is to go into the website, which is www.nationalguard.com/Washington, and it'll give them they'll go to the bottom of the website, and they'll click on careers, and there'll be categories all over the place on the website, and they can start searching from there. But those top 10 have a $20,000 bonus attached to it, or $50,000 of student loan repayment, which is really awesome for a lot of college students coming out with some student loans. So.
Great. So my last question for you this afternoon, given our current climate and everything that's going on with the stay home orders and with the economy, the hit that we've taken there, what advice do you have for our graduating students going into the job market?
Oh, just be patient, be flexible. As far as for military service and in the National Guard, the good thing is that there's a lot of stability because we're considered essential members of the community. So there's a good sense of stability in getting it now. So now's the time to get into that. But as far as in the job market in general, it's just to be patient. You know, companies are taking like 2 to 3 weeks at a time. From what I understand, to they'll take an application, but then they can't get back to you until they know what the status of the company's position is going to look like, on whether they can rehire people that they furloughed or whatnot, and those kinds of things. And so just being patient. You know, I think the best thing that I can give as far as an piece of advice to anyone from any walk of life, any career field that they're looking at is to maintain a positive mindset. It's the only thing that you can control. Everything else you cannot control. So just control the mindset, stay positive, keep at it, keep applying, keep networking and connecting with people, and you'll find your best fit.
Great. Perfect advice right there, especially the piece on the patience. I've been talking with a lot of employers, and they are still hiring. It's just taking a little bit longer than what they had anticipated. So I really like that piece of advice. Well, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
For sure, you bet.